There you are. I was wondering where you went. Who's ready for another episode of Cooking with Robyn? Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. Before we get into it, I just want to give a huge shout out to Milky Coffee Bar for not only tipping me on my last cooking video, but requesting more. So this one's for you. Today we're going to be doing a vegan stir fry using tempeh, which is kind of like a type of tofu, but it incorporates grains and nuts, if I'm not mistaken. So to begin the recipe, it's really simple. You just take your tempeh and you go ahead and dice it up. Now that the tempeh is diced up nice and beautiful, I'm going to go ahead and add some water to the rice cooker so I can go ahead and steam the tempeh. A lot of people forget to steam it, which basically is going to re-moisturize it and allow it to absorb more flavor. You could do this in a pot. I just went ahead and used my rice cooker because that was already on hand. So just loading it up and gonna let it run through its cycle. I will say the advantage of using a rice cooker over a pot is it's already got the preset for how long to cook. So I'm just going to allow it to cook the entire way through. And as you can see, here I am checking the tempeh to make sure that it's been rehydrated properly. And now that everything's looking nice and beautiful, I'm adding it to the sauce I made earlier, which I'm about to walk you through the steps on how to make. As you can see here, I did not have enough sauce to properly marinate the tempeh, so I'm going to show you right now how I make my sauce for this recipe, the stir fry. I am making do with what I had left of my ingredients. I probably should have run to the store before I did this, but I didn't need a whole lot extra. So as you can see, I got soy sauce, sriracha, rice vinegar, maple syrup, and a little later on, I'm also going to bring out lime. So when it comes to the recipe, the soy sauce and the maple syrup are basically going to be the same ratio. And for however much you're making, the rice vinegar and sriracha, you'll put like an eighth of what you're using on the soy sauce and maple syrup. Please pardon me if I'm a little all over the place. I'm a bit sick. I'm very sensitive to allergies this time of year, and your girl is going through it. If you want to help me, not that I can be helped, go ahead and send some money over to my Venmo and CashApp so I can go treat myself to an Olive Garden soup. I probably should make my own soup and then film it, but low energy content right now. Just trying not to die. Burning up. This is a lime I was talking about earlier. You could definitely add more if you want, but I'm just going ahead and doing a fourth of the lime. I didn't really have a juicer on hand, so I just did my best to juice the lime using my thumbs. It's quite barbaric, I know, but you make do with what you got. So now we're just gonna mix it all together. And you know, what's cool about this recipe is you throw in a little peanut butter and you've got a great pad thai sauce. But I'm not the biggest fan of peanut butter. I just want regular kind of pad thai sauce, no nutty flavors. So I'm just going ahead and adding that to the tempeh to kind of top it off. I would have liked a little more, but again, just making do with what ingredients I had left. Now that I've added the sauce I just made, I'm going ahead and shaking it up in the container that I put the tempeh and sauce in. That way everything is coated. However, you do need to shake it up every so often if you don't have enough to fill the whole container, just to make sure all the tempeh is being marinated evenly. So right now, I'm going ahead and getting my pot ready for the tempeh. Now that the tempeh has had 30 minutes to sit and really marinate, it is ready to be fried up. So I'm using just regular soybean oil, I think it is, and a medium heat to fry up the tempeh. I keep wanting to say tofu, which is not entirely wrong, but not what we're dealing with today. So I'm just draining the excess sauce so that way I can save it for later, and I'll mix it in with the rice, because if I go ahead and use all that sauce with the stovetop, it's just going to evaporate a lot of it and we'll lose a bunch of flavor. So I'm getting my vegetables ready because I don't know if this is a gross hack or if other people do it or what. I throw my vegetables in with the rice. I want them to soften, so I just go ahead when the rice is halfway done, throw them in so that way they can get a little steam too. Now that the rice is done and the vegetables have been gently steamed, I went ahead and added them with the temph in the stove pot. And now I'm going ahead and adding the sauce that I drained earlier back into the pot so it can marinate with the vegetables and the temph a little. But again, I didn't want to completely reduce it, which is why I put it aside. So cook the temph for about 15 minutes and then another 15 when you add the sauce. And look at how beautiful this is.